Right, so sometimes you work in China and your employer pays in RMB and you want to transfer money back to Canada or United States or wherever you're from. Well, today I'm going to give you 3 totally different ways you can do that. Ready? Way number 1. Now for this way, you're going to need a trusted Chinese person. So if you don't have one or you don't plan to make one, you can go on and skip ahead, or you can watch anyways to find out. So first of all, Chinese people with Chinese citizenship are allowed to transfer $50,000 USD out of the country every single year via Alipay. So actually all you need is your banking information, like account number, your SWIFT code, your bank name, your name. Give that all information to your Chinese friend and they can actually transfer you up to $50,000 USD per year on Alipay, just right on the phone. Don't need anything extra. Okay, so that's way number 1. Now, using Alipay, it's fast, it's not that expensive, but the drawback is you really need a Chinese person that you trust because you're going to be transferring money to them. And China is pretty strict with overseas transfers, and so they have to be comfortable filling in kind of whatever reason they want. And then for the money to transfer over. Way number 2 is actually get a PayPal account. So what you can do is have a US PayPal account and then open a Chinese PayPal account. Now, for Chinese PayPal account, you're going to need proof of your address in China. So something like a bill would work. And you're going to use that and you're going to just put the money in your Chinese PayPal account from your Chinese bank account and then transfer it from PayPal account in China to PayPal account in the United States. For way number 2, which is PayPal, you can do that all yourself, but sometimes if you live on campus or you're getting settled down, you won't have access to the required documents for you to set up a Chinese PayPal account just yet. It might take like a month to set up. But you can do it on the computer, you can do it at home, but it's also the most expensive I find because PayPal charges crazy amount of fees. Way number 3. Okay, way number 3 is go to the bank. Just go to the Bank of China. I think this is the safest way. It's probably also the cheapest way, but it takes the longest time. Okay, so what you can do is go to the bank, make sure that you have a copy of your contract, make sure you have a copy of your foreign expert certificate. Your employer should know what that is. Make sure you have a copy of all the tax documents stamped by the company. Make sure you have your passport and visa ready. Okay, you take all of those things, you go to the bank. If you're in sort of a remote city, they might not actually know what they're doing. So you want to go to the bank. For most banks, usually it only works on weekdays. They only do foreign currency transfers on weekdays. And what you can do is you can get them to set up a specific amount to transfer. Once that has happened, then it can be transferred overseas. But please note that when you do these kinds of transfers, you have to do it one at a time. So you can't set up recurring foreign transfers. Like literally every time you want to do it, you have to take all those documents and then go to the bank. And it probably is going to take an hour to 2 hours to do it, depending on how fast your bank person is. But I do believe it's kind of the cheapest and also the most safe way to do it. But again, you're going to need all those documents that I mentioned that will should be provided to you by your employer. If they don't, then something is probably wrong. Just so you know, every person that is working in China should have a foreign expert certificate. It's like a little card with your photo on it and a QR code. That has all your information. Usually the employer keeps that because they don't want you to lose it. So there you go, 3 totally different ways you can transfer money back. Now a 4th way, if you really want to know, is you can always just bring cash back on the plane when you're going back to whatever country that you're from. So if you want me to kind of make a more in-depth video and go into like each one of these ways, how to do it, feel free to let me know. Leave a comment below if you still have any questions, and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, Leon out.